At midnight, Malibu looked as if the moon had poured silver over the ocean and forgotten to stop. The summer air was warm enough to hold you, soft enough to forgive you, and quiet enough that every small sound felt chosen. The hush of waves, the distant creak of palm leaves, the sleepy sigh of tires passing far away on the Pacific Coast Highway. You had not planned to come here. Not tonight. Not after all these years. But some invitations do not arrive through doors. Some arrive through dreams. Some arrive through songs you half remember. And some arrive as a single sentence written on the back of a sun-faded postcard, slipped under your apartment door with no stamp, no address, and no explanation. Malibu doesn't call you twice. That was all it said. The postcard showed a beach at night. Not a famous beach. Not the kind people photographed with bright towels and bright smiles and bright umbrellas. This was a lonely crescent of sand, pale under the moon, with a wooden lifeguard tower leaning toward the sea like it was listening. In the distance, cliffs rose in dark blue shapes, and beyond them, a single house glowed with one golden window. You knew that house. Or perhaps you knew the feeling of it. That was worse. All day the postcard stayed in your pocket. You carried it through errands, through conversations, through the ordinary rhythm of a summer afternoon. Yet each time your fingers brushed it, you felt a strange coolness, like sea glass hidden in shade. By evening, when the city lights began blinking awake, the postcard had become heavier than paper should be. At 11:11, your phone lit up. No name, no number, just a location pin on the Malibu coast. And beneath it, one line. Come before the tide remembers. You should have ignored it. People ignore mysterious things all the time. They fold them away, laugh nervously, make tea, turn on the television, and let mystery dissolve into noise. But there are moments when your life seems to pause at the edge of itself. Moments when even the walls of your room appear to be holding their breath. Moments when the air leans close and asks whether you are still listening. So you drove, past the sleeping houses, past the glowing gas stations, past the palm trees standing like calm witnesses along the road. The summer night deepened as you reached the coast. Your headlights swept over curves of asphalt and flashes of white guardrail. Beyond the passenger window, the Pacific moved in darkness, vast, breathing, alive. Each wave opened and closed like a secret being turned over in the hand. By the time you arrived, it was exactly midnight. The beach was empty. The lifeguard tower from the postcard stood ahead of you, washed in moonlight. Its wooden legs sank into the sand. Its small square window was dark, but something hung from the railing. A wind chime made of shells and tiny pieces of blue glass. There was no wind. Still the chime sounded once. Clear, bright, delicate, like a key turning. You stepped onto the sand. It was still warm from the day, holding the memory of sunlight beneath your feet. The ocean rolled in and slipped back, rolled in and slipped back, slow as breathing. Far above, stars scattered across the sky, and the moon rested low over the water, round and pale, making a silver road that seemed to lead straight from the shore to the horizon. Near the base of the lifeguard tower, something waited. A pair of sandals, not yours, and beside them, half buried in sand, a small brass key tied with a ribbon the color of faded turquoise. You picked it up. The key was warm. That was when the phone rang. Not your phone. The sound came from inside the lifeguard tower. One ring, then silence. You climbed the wooden steps slowly. Each board gave a soft, tired creak. Inside, the lifeguard tower smelled faintly of salt, cedar, and old sunscreen. Moonlight poured through the windows. A small table stood in the corner. On it sat a telephone. Not a modern phone, an old cream-colored rotary telephone with a curled cord and a circular dial. Its surface was polished clean, though the tower around it was dusty. There was no wire connecting it to anything. The receiver lifted by itself. You did not move. From the earpiece came a sound like waves heard through a dream. Then a voice. A woman's voice, gentle and low, as if speaking from very far away and very near at the same time. You came back. Your heart should have raced. Perhaps it did, but the voice was not frightening. It was familiar in the way certain summer evenings are familiar, though no one can say from which year. You touched the receiver. Who is this? You asked. The voice smiled. You could hear it. Someone who waited where the ocean keeps what people lose. A wave broke below. The lifeguard tower trembled lightly. What did I lose? You whispered. The voice answered. The night you were meant to remember. And then the telephone clicked. The tower went quiet. On the table, where nothing had been a moment before, lay a second postcard. This one showed the glowing house from the first card, high on the cliff, with a narrow staircase zigzagging down toward the beach. On the back, in the same slanting handwriting, were 3 words. Bring the key. Below the lifeguard tower, the beach had changed. A path of small blue lights now glimmered along the sand. Not bulbs, not lanterns. Pieces of sea glass, hundreds of them, shining faintly as though lit from within. They curved away from the tower and toward the cliffs. You looked behind you. The parking lot was gone. Where it had been, moonlit dunes stretched quietly beneath the stars. For a moment, you understood something without knowing how. Malibu had folded itself around you. Not the Malibu of maps and traffic and daytime brightness, but another Malibu beneath it, older and softer. A place that only opened at midnight in summer, and only for those who answered the first call. Because Malibu did not call twice. So you followed the sea glass path. Each step drew you farther from ordinary things. Each breath tasted of salt and night jasmine. Each wave whispered and withdrew, whispered and withdrew. The cliffs rose ahead, dark and grand. At their base, tucked between boulders, you found the staircase from the postcard. It was carved into the rock and edged with white shells. The brass key in your hand gave a small pulse of warmth, like a living ember. You climbed, not quickly. There was no need for hurry here. The night had opened a door, and once opened, it waited. Halfway up, you paused and looked back. The beach below shone under the moon. The lifeguard tower appeared tiny now, delicate as a toy left by a sleeping child. The sea glass path shimmered behind you, and the ocean breathed in long silver bands. Then something moved beside you. A fox. It stood on the stair above, slender and still, its fur the color of warm sand, its eyes bright as polished amber. Around its neck hung a little tag shaped like a crescent moon. The fox tilted its head. "You're late," it said. Its voice was calm, dry, and faintly amused. You stared. The fox sighed. Everyone stares the first time. Very understandable. Not very efficient. "You can talk," you said. "Yes," said the fox. "And you can climb. Shall we both continue proving the obvious, or would you like to reach the house before the tide changes its mind?" Despite everything, you smiled. The fox turned and continued up the stairs, its paws making no sound on the shell-edged steps. "What's your name?" you asked. "Caspian," said the fox. "Sometimes Captain Caspian, depending on who is asking." "Are you the one who sent the postcard?" "No, I have better handwriting." "Then who did?" Caspian's tail flicked. "The house did, in a manner of speaking." "The house?" "Do keep up," said Caspian gently. "Houses remember. Oceans remember. People pretend not to. This causes most of the trouble." At the top of the cliff, the staircase ended in a garden. It was impossible that such a garden could exist there, hidden above the shore. Yet it spread before you under the summer moon, lush and silver green, with white roses, lavender, wild sage, and tall grasses shifting, though there was still no wind. The scent was deep and soothing. Somewhere water trickled over stones. Tiny lanterns hung from lemon trees, glowing like captured stars. And at the far end of the garden stood the house. It was not large, but it felt endless. A low, whitewashed house with arched windows, blue shutters, and a terracotta roof faded by years of sun. One golden window glowed at the center, exactly as it had on the postcard. Vines climbed the walls. Shells lined the path to the front door. Above the door, carved into a wooden beam, were words you could only read when the moonlight touched them. "What is lost at midnight returns by dream." Caspian sat beside the door and looked at the brass key in your hand. "Well," he said. You slipped the key into the lock. It turned before you touched it. The door opened inward. Warm air drifted out, carrying the scent of vanilla, old books, citrus peel, and ocean air. Inside, the house was lit by candles that floated just below the ceiling, not dripping, not flickering wildly, but glowing with steady amber flames. The floor was pale wood. The walls held paintings of waves, boats, moons, sleeping dogs, summer fruits, and people whose faces seemed familiar until you looked directly at them. In the entryway stood a mirror. You stepped toward it. At first it showed you as you were, standing barefoot in moonlit clothes, sand at your ankles, a brass key in your hand. Then the reflection changed. You were younger, not a child exactly, but younger in the eyes, younger in the shoulders, younger in the way you stood, as if you had not yet learned to brace yourself against the world. Behind your reflection appeared a woman in a blue summer dress. You turned. No one was there. In the mirror, she remained. "You came back," she said. It was the voice from the telephone. "Who are you?" you whispered. The woman's reflection stepped closer. Her hair moved as if underwater. Her face was kind, but not simple. It held joy and grief together, like two shells cupped in one palm. "I am Mara," she said. "I kept the midnight room for you." The midnight room? The room where unfinished dreams go when people outgrow them too soon. You looked down at the key. "What dream did I leave here?" Mara's reflection smiled. "Not one dream," she said. "A whole summer." Caspian padded past you into the house. "This part takes a while," he said. "Humans are always misplacing entire seasons and acting surprised when someone finds them." The hallway beyond the mirror stretched longer than the house should allow. Doors lined both sides, each painted a different shade of blue. Pale blue like morning, deep blue like twilight, green blue like shallow coves, dark blue like the ocean at midnight. Mara appeared now, not only in the mirror, but in the hall itself, walking ahead with a candle in her hand. "Come," she said. "The tide is kind tonight." You followed. The first door opened on its own. Inside was a summer afternoon preserved in a room. Sunlight lay across the floor. A ceiling fan turned lazily. A radio played a song you almost knew. On a table sat a glass of lemonade, sweating little beads of cold. Through the window, you could see a beach crowded with umbrellas and children running with kites. You felt laughter rise in your chest, sudden and aching. "Memory," Mara said. "Mine?" "Partly." The room faded and the door closed. The second door opened. Inside was a night sky full of fireworks, but silent. Red, gold, green, and blue flowers opened above the sea without a single boom. People stood along the shore, faces tilted upward. Someone beside you, someone you could not see, held your hand. Your fingers tingled. Then that room, too, faded. The third door was painted the color of deep water. Mara paused before it. "This one is why you were called." The brass key warmed again. Caspian, who had been grooming one paw, looked suddenly serious. "Be gentle with yourself in there," he said. The door opened. Inside was the beach from the postcard. Midnight, summer, the lifeguard tower, the silver road of moonlight, the cliffs version of you sat near the waterline with a notebook open on your knees. You were writing quickly, as if trying to catch something before it vanished. Beside you sat a person made only of moonlight and shadow. You could not see their face, but you could feel their presence like music heard through a wall. You stepped closer. Your younger self spoke without looking up. "I don't want to forget this." The moonlit figure answered, "Then don't." "But people forget everything," younger you said. "They forget songs. They forget promises. They forget how it felt to be certain." The figure turned toward the sea. "Then leave it somewhere safe." Your younger self closed the notebook. "Where?" The figure pointed to the lifeguard tower. "At midnight, Malibu keeps what cannot survive daylight." You watched your younger self stand, walk to the lifeguard tower, and tuck the notebook beneath a loose floorboard. Then, younger you looked straight at you. Your breath caught. "I wondered when you'd come," they said. Mara did not speak. Caspian sat silently at your feet. You stepped toward your younger self. The beach glowed softly around both of you. "What is in the notebook?" you asked. Younger you smiled faintly. "All the things you promised to become before the world taught you to become useful instead." The words did not hurt exactly. They opened something, like a window, like a hand. The younger version of you walked to the lifeguard tower and lifted the loose board. From beneath it, they pulled a notebook with a sun-faded blue cover. Sand slipped from its pages. A ribbon marked the middle. They held it out. You took it. The moment your fingers touched the cover, the room filled with the scent of summer. Coconut sunscreen, oranges, warm dust, salt water, linen drying on a balcony, and the green sweetness of cut grass after a long golden day. No rain, only summer, only midnight, only the ocean breathing. You opened the notebook. The first page held a sentence in your own handwriting. "I want a life that feels like looking at the sea at midnight and knowing there is more than I can see." The next pages were filled with drawings, lists, fragments of songs, names of stars, places you wanted to visit, questions you had once carried proudly. There were sketches of shells, a map of an imaginary island, a recipe for peach cake, a list titled "Things That Make Time Stop." Beneath it were written, a dog sleeping in a patch of sun, someone saying your name softly, the first swim of summer, blue hour, old doors, warm bread, the moon on water, stories that feel true even when they are not. You turned another page. There was a letter, not addressed to anyone, or maybe addressed to you. "Dear later self, if you are reading this, I hope you did not become too tired to notice beautiful things. I hope you still look at the moon. I hope you still believe that certain places know your name. I hope you come back to Malibu before it stops waiting." You swallowed. The beach room shimmered. Younger you sat beside the water again, watching you with patient eyes. I didn't forget everything, you said softly. No, they answered, but you put some of it down. I had to. I know. There was no blame in their voice, only recognition. The kind that comes when two waves meet and become one shape for a moment before moving on. Mara stepped beside you. The call is not a warning, she said. It is an opening. For what? For return. The notebook grew warmer in your hands. The pages fluttered though the air was still. Words lifted from them like tiny dark birds, then changed into sparks. They drifted out of the notebook and circled the room. A spark became the sound of your own laughter from long ago. Another became the feeling of running barefoot over hot pavement toward a pool. Another became the exact blue of the evening sky during your happiest summer. Another became the face of someone you had loved for one bright season, not with sorrow now, but with tenderness, as if even endings could glow when seen from far enough away. The sparks gathered near your chest. You did not have to hold them. They entered gently, one by one, memory by memory, dream by dream. The beach room softened around the edges. Younger you stood and brushed sand from their knees. Will I disappear now? They asked. You looked at them. No, you said. I think you're coming with me. For the first time, they looked relieved. Mara smiled. Caspian stood and shook himself. Excellent, he said. Very touching. Also efficient enough. We may now proceed before the moon starts repeating herself. The room dissolved. You were back in the hallway of blue doors, holding the notebook. But it no longer looked old. The cover was bright again, a deep summer blue. On the front, silver letters had appeared. Malibu doesn't call you twice. Mara led you toward the back of the house. The final door was not blue. It was made of glass. Beyond it lay a terrace overlooking the Pacific. The ocean stretched forever under the midnight sky, luminous and slow. Cushions rested on low benches. Bowls of peaches and cherries sat on a table. A pitcher of iced mint water caught the candlelight. White curtains moved in a breeze you could not feel. Mara opened the glass door. The three of you stepped outside. From the terrace, Malibu looked less like a place and more like a dream the earth had decided to keep. The cliffs curved into shadow. The beaches shone pale below. Houses slept along the hillsides, their windows dim and scattered like fallen constellations. The ocean spoke in slow, endless phrases. Not words, something older than words. Mara rested her hands on the terrace wall. Every summer leaves a hidden door, she said. Most people walk past. They are busy. They are afraid. Or they think a door must look like a door. What else can it look like? You asked. A song, a scent, a postcard, a phone call at midnight. Caspian leapt onto the wall and curled his tail around his paws. Occasionally a talking fox, he added. You smiled again. It was easier now. Mara turned to you. The house will close soon. The notebook tightened gently in your hands, as if it had heard. Will I remember this when I leave? That depends, Mara said. On what? On whether you treat it like a dream or like a promise. Below, a wave broke against the rocks, spreading white lace over black stone. Mara reached into the pocket of her blue dress and took out a small shell. It was spiral-shaped and pearly, no bigger than your thumb. Listen to it tomorrow, she said. If you hear only the sea, then you are forgetting. If you hear yourself breathing, then you are returning. She placed it in your palm. The shell was cool. The notebook was warm. The night held both. What are you? You asked her. Mara looked toward the horizon. A keeper, she said. A memory. A woman who once loved this coast so deeply that when she left the world, the midnight kept a little of her voice. There was no sadness in the answer, or rather, the sadness had become part of something wider, like salt dissolved into water. Caspian yawned. She was also very dramatic, he said. Still is. Mara laughed softly. The sound moved through the garden, and every lantern brightened. You sat on the terrace for a while. No one hurried you. The peaches were cold and sweet. The mint water tasted of green shade and moonlight. The cushions were soft beneath you. Somewhere in the garden, night flowers opened with tiny sighs. The ocean breathed. The stars watched. The summer night stretched long and kind. Mara told you stories. She told you that whales sometimes dreamed beneath the surface, and their dreams rose as mist at dawn. She told you that sea caves kept echoes of songs sung by people who thought no one was listening. She told you that every shell was a small room once, and every room remembered being a home. Caspian corrected small details. Not every shell, he said. Most shells, Mara said. Some are terrible listeners. You listened until your thoughts grew slow and wide. The hook of mystery loosened. The questions became softer. The night no longer pulled you forward. It held you still. At last, the candles inside the house began to go out one by one. Mara stood. It is time. The word should have felt sharp. It did not. It felt like the last page of a chapter you knew you could visit again in memory, even if not in quite the same way. She walked you back through the house. The hallway of blue doors was shorter now. The paintings on the walls seemed sleepier. The floating candles dimmed. The mirror in the entryway showed only you, standing with the notebook beneath one arm and the shell in your hand. But your reflection looked different. Not younger, not older, more awake. At the front door, Caspian sat beside your feet. Must you always speak in riddles? You asked him. Yes, he said. It's in the contract. What contract? Exactly. You laughed quietly. Mara opened the door. The garden outside had faded to silver shadows. The shell-edged path led back toward the cliff stairs. Beyond them, the beach waited below, calm and pale, with the lifeguard tower standing watch beside the sea. Mara touched your shoulder. Do not chase the night, she said. Carry it. You nodded. were many things you wanted to ask. Whether the house would be here tomorrow, whether Mara would answer if you called, whether Caspian lived on the cliff or inside the moon, or wherever sarcastic foxes were made. But the questions no longer needed answers. Some mysteries are not locks. They are lanterns. You stepped out into the garden. Caspian walked with you to the top of the stairs. "Will I see you again?" you asked. He considered this. "Almost certainly," he said, "but possibly not as a fox." "As what then?" "A shadow near a lemon tree, a dream with excellent posture, a strangely judgmental seagull. I'll watch for you." "Please don't. It makes people odd. Simply notice things. That usually works." He bowed his head once, very formally, then disappeared into the lavender. You began the descent. The stairs curved down through the cliffside, each shell edge glowing faintly beneath the moon. The ocean was louder now, but not harsh. It sounded close and endless, like someone breathing beside you in sleep. Halfway down, you looked back. The house was still there. Mara stood in the garden doorway, blue dress pale in the moonlight. She lifted one hand. You lifted yours. Then a soft brightness passed over the cliff, like the blink of an enormous eye, and the house was gone. Only the cliff remained, dark and quiet beneath the stars. But in your hand, the shell was real. Under your arm, the notebook was real. And below, the sea glass path still shone faintly, guiding you toward the lifeguard tower. You reached the beach. The sand was cooler now, but still held a summer softness. Your footprints followed you in a long, wandering line. The sea glass lights dimmed as you passed them, one by one, as though each had finished its work. At the lifeguard tower, the old telephone sat on the lower step. The receiver was in place. There was a small note tucked beneath it. You picked it up. In Mara's handwriting, it read, "You answered. That is enough." The telephone rang once, not loudly, not to summon you, more like goodbye. Then it vanished. You sat on the sand beneath the tower and opened the notebook again. The pages were mostly blank now, not empty, waiting. On the first page, the old sentence remained. "I want a life that feels like looking at the sea at midnight and knowing there is more than I can see." Below it, a new line had appeared, in handwriting that was yours, though you had not written it. "Then begin again here." You found a pen clipped inside the back cover. Of course there was a pen. Dreams are often impractical, but they are rarely unprepared. You thought for a moment, listening to the waves. The midnight air moved gently over your skin. Somewhere far off, a car passed along the highway, ordinary and distant. The world was returning. Not all at once, just enough. You wrote, "Tonight, Malibu called once. I answered." Then you stopped, because that was enough for the first line. The horizon had begun to pale. though dawn was still far away. The moon rested lower over the sea. The silver road across the water narrowed, thinning into a ribbon. You leaned back against the wooden leg of the lifeguard tower. The notebook rested in your lap. The shell lay warm now in your palm. Your eyes grew heavy. The ocean breathed in. The ocean breathed out. And as sleep came near, not sudden, not deep at first, but drifting toward you like a small boat, you heard something inside the shell. Not the sea, not exactly. You heard your own breathing, slow, steady, returned. In that soft space between waking and dreaming, the beach changed once more. The sand became a blanket of pale gold. The waves became long ribbons of blue silk. The moon became a lantern carried by someone walking just beyond the edge of sight. You followed without standing. You traveled without moving. You dreamed of the house on the cliff. Only now it floated far out on the water, its windows glowing warmly. Caspian stood on the roof, wearing a captain's hat too large for him. Mara sat on the terrace, writing postcards by candlelight. Around the house, whales moved slowly beneath the surface, their backs dark and shining like islands. One whale lifted its head and opened one great eye. Inside that eye was a sky full of summer stars. Inside those stars was the beach. Inside the beach was you, sleeping peacefully beneath the lifeguard tower. Mara looked up from her postcards. "Not yet," she said. "Let them rest." Caspian flicked his tail. "For once," he said, "I agree." The floating house drifted farther out to sea. The waves carried it gently. No storm, no rain, only the quiet midnight ocean, warm with the memory of summer, rocking the house as tenderly as a cradle. The candles in the windows became stars. The stars became shells. The shells became small white boats. And the boats sailed slowly through your dreaming mind, carrying away the last sharp edges of the day. You slept. The beach kept watch. The tower kept watch. The ocean kept watch. And Malibu, having called once, asked for nothing more. By morning, someone walking along the shore would find footprints near the lifeguard tower. They would see where someone had sat for a long time beneath the moon. They might notice a few pieces of blue sea glass scattered in a crescent in the sand. They would not see the house. They would not see the staircase. They would not see a fox watching from the rocks with amber eyes and a very serious expression. But perhaps, if they were quiet, they would feel something. A softness in the air. A sense that summer had leaned close during the night and whispered a secret into the sea. And you, wherever morning found you, would carry the shell. You would carry the notebook. You would carry the memory of a voice saying, "Do not chase the night. Carry it." And sometimes, in the middle of an ordinary day, when sunlight flashed on a car window or a glass of water trembled with reflected blue, you would remember Malibu at midnight. You would remember the phone that rang once, the staircase in the cliff, the garden of lemon trees, the blue doors, the younger self waiting beside the water, the notebook full of lost summer. And when life became loud, as life often does, you would place the shell to your ear. At first, you might hear the ocean. Then, beneath it, your own breathing. Slow, steady, returned. That would be the sign, not that you had gone back, but that some part of you had never truly left. Because Malibu does not call you twice. It does not need to. It calls once. And if you answer, the rest of your life becomes the echo.